It can only be a world war if other nations get involved. Other nations just got involved. The war in Ukraine has just taken a darker turn. Nuclear weapons have been shipped into Belarus to warn Poland of its heavy support for Ukraine. Poland and Belarus share a 115-mile border. A nuclear weapon from Belarus would strike Poland in minutes. It is dangerous. Yet, dangerous as it is incredibly likely. Right from the beginning of the war, President Putin of Russia made it clear that Russia could use nuclear weapons whenever. The nuclear weapons are already undergoing testing in Belarus. It's code red in NATO. Poland, a major NATO member, is being threatened with nuclear weapons. The response? An intense military buildup in Poland, one that includes the most lethal, most dominant fighter ever to exist, the F-22 Raptor. If there's any fighter that could help Poland win a war with Russia's Belarus before even one nuclear weapon leaves its launcher, it is this fighter. To understand how and why this is possible, here are the capabilities of the F-22 Raptor. "19 years ago, in 2005, the world's first fifth-generation fighter entered service. It was the F-22 Raptor, an air superiority fighter unlike anything before it or after. The fighter came loaded with capabilities so novel, they enabled the fighter to dominate the skies for decades. Here are some of those capabilities. Stealth. Stealth made aircraft invisible. Stealth transformed fighter jets from dogfighting gladiators to silent killers in the sky. Stealth was a game changer. But stealth isn't one simple technology. It is an entire suite of features that make an aircraft more and more difficult to spot by enemy air defense systems. To achieve this on the Raptor, the fighter was built from the ground up with stealth in mind, from the first piece of metal to the very last. Manufacturer Lockheed Martin paid attention to every detail. The fighter's hinges are hidden. The airframe is shaped to scatter detection waves instead of reflecting them back to the source. Leading edges are cooled and flat thrust vectoring nozzles are present to reduce infrared emissions and therefore give less heat for heat-seeking missiles to feed off of. The Raptor's airframe is lavishly coated with radar-absorbent material to absorb whatever stubborn radar waves refuse to be deflected away. To ensure stealth components work as designed at all times, the fighter is fitted with a signature assessment system that delivers warnings when the radar signature is degraded and repair is necessary. All of these combine to ensure the Raptor has a radar cross-section of 0.0001 meters squared, the radar cross-section of a steel marble. Engine. Powering the Raptor are two Pratt & Whitney F-119 PW100 augmented turbofan engines. These engines are closely spaced and incorporate pitch-axis thrust vectoring nozzles for athletic level agility. Both engines combine to produce a hefty 70,000-pound force of thrust to give the Raptor a top speed of Mach 2.25, a service ceiling of 65,000 feet, and a maximum range of 2,000 miles, more than half the radius of the planet. With such high speed and altitude, the Raptor is able to fly as fast, as high, and as maneuverably as it needs to evade ground defenses and eliminate threats. Armament. To maintain its stealth profile, the F-22 usually holds its weapons internally by default. These weapons are shared across one main bay and two side bays. In the main bay is a combination of up to 6 65-mile range Mach 4 flying AIM-120C advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles and 1,000-pound class GPS-guided joint direct attack munitions. In the side bays are two AIM-9 Sidewinders with a Mach 2.5 top speed and 22-mile range. An M61A2 Vulcan 20mm rotary cannon with 480 rounds is also embedded in the airplane's right-wing root. When stealth isn't top priority, the Raptor is able to carry extra ammo externally, up to 5,000 pounds on each of its 4 underwing hardpoints. All of these capabilities and more have made the Raptor the most dominant fighter in the world, from the minute it entered service to this very day. They have also made the Raptor the most expensive fighter in history, with a unit cost of $350 million. The Raptor is simply special. So special, in fact, that there's a federal law in place preventing it from being sold or exported to any other country. While America's second fifth-generation fighter, the F-35 Lightning II, is the most exported fifth-generation fighter in the world. The Raptor is about to get even more special too, with powerful, extensive upgrades bound to shake the world. Powerful, extensive upgrades. Just a few months ago, as the U.S. Air Force's sixth-generation fighter, the NGAD fighter, took shape, the service had mapped out the retirement of the F-22 Raptor. According to the Air Force, it was time for the Raptor to go, despite still being the most superior fighter on the planet. However, these sentiments seem to have changed greatly. Rather than prepare the Raptor for retirement in the 2030s as announced, the Air Force is planning to spend about $7.8 billion to upgrade the fighter to be more lethal than ever. The unrivaled superiority and dominance that come with the Raptor appear to be something that the U.S. Air Force can't say no to. The planned upgrades would transform the Raptor into a beast of a machine and could keep it in service for much, much longer. The most notable of these upgrades are: Number 3. Stealthy reflective coatings. The first of now 3 types of exotic metallic-like coatings fitted on an F-22 Raptor was caught in the camera lens of aviation photographer Santos Caceres as the jet blasted out of Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada on the morning of November 19, 2021. The aircraft is seen covered in some reflective coating that's unlike anything seen on a Raptor before. This coating, and others like it, are carefully applied to not interfere with the jet's many key access points and critical systems, and they're expected to do one or both of 2 things. The first is to reduce the F-22's signature, specifically in the infrared spectrum, shrinking the jet's already notoriously small radar signature and making the world's first stealth fighter even stealthier. The second is an idea born out of having seen a similar highly reflective coating on the exotic airframe of the scaled composites Model 401 Son of Ares demonstrators that had flown a number of test flights over Naval Air Weapons Center China Lake in California. At the time, the coating was posited as a tool used in testing advanced infrared sensors, as the Air Force had made it clear that a tremendous amount of testing was ongoing on infrared search and track systems, or IRSTs. Number 2. Low observable IRST pods. Despite the Raptor's superiority, its age means it has missed out on crucial modern technologies that newer fighters, albeit inferior fighters, have. Technologies such as infrared search and track, or IRST. IRST enables fighters to intelligently and passively search, detect, track, classify, and prioritize multiple airborne targets, whether the targets are up, down, sideways, or anywhere. It enables fighters to engage these targets from great distances too. It is game-changing technology that the Raptor has missed out on for far too long. But not anymore, as new and updated IRST pods are now slated to be installed on the fighter. Number 1. New weapons. Multiple weapon programs are ongoing in the U.S. to develop weapons with better capabilities than those currently in service. The AIM-260 Long-Range Joint Advanced Tactical Missile is one of these weapons, a beyond visual range air-to-air missile designed as an unrivaled response to the advanced long-range missiles developed by near-peer adversaries, such as China's PL-15. Then there are the hypersonic missiles designed to fly at least 5 times the speed of sound to ensure no military jet on the planet can outrun an American-pledged destruction. Laser and microwave-directed energy weapons aren't left out either. These weapons are capable of destroying just about anything at the fraction of current costs and time. All of these weapons under development, once ready, could find a home in the F-22 Raptor and make the fighter much more lethal than it currently is. Now, of course, Russia, through Belarus, will not respond to fifth-generation fighters with more nuclear weapons, especially when Russia owns a direct rival of the Raptor in its fleet, a lethal fifth-generation fighter in its own right, the Su-57 Felon. The Su-57, known across the West as the Felon, is a single-seat, twin-engine stealth multi-role fighter developed by Russian aerospace company Sukhoi. Entering service in 2020 after the F-22 Raptor, F-35 Lightning II, and China's J-20 Mighty Dragon, the Su-57 is the latest fifth-generation fighter in service. The Russian fighter is a multi-role fighter capable of aerial combat as well as ground and maritime strikes, enabling it to destroy all types of air, ground, and naval targets. The fighter features a design that incorporates stealth, super maneuverability, supercruise, integrated avionics, and substantial payload capacity to take on opposition for extended periods of time. The Su-57 is also reportedly planned to have a two-seat upgrade in order to allow for a second pilot that controls a swarm of heavy Okhotnik loyal wingmen drones. A manned-unmanned teaming feature expected to dominate the future. There's no other way to put it, but the Raptors in Poland better be ready. The war in Ukraine is a major checkpoint in history, with nuclear weapons and fifth-generation fighters both capable of unbelievable destruction. However this war ends could determine how much of the Earth remains. To ensure the planet remains intact as can be, give this video a like and subscribe to this channel. Do it for your planet, for our planet. Thanks for watching.